At number 6, we have the legendary E30 M3. The origin story of the M3 begins with a car built purely for homologation. BMW needed 5,000 road-going units to qualify for Group A touring car racing, so they took the regular E33 series and transformed it into a motorsport icon. The result was the first ever M3, a boxy, flared-fendered rear-wheel drive missile with a 2.3-liter naturally aspirated inline-4 engine, producing up to 197 horsepower in European trim and 192 in the US. But the numbers don't tell the full story. This car was about razor-sharp handling, lightweight agility, and driver feedback that's hard to match even today. Its dogleg 5-speed gearbox, stiff suspension, and unique aerodynamics made it feel like a touring car on the street. The E30 M3 won races all over the world, DTM, BTCC, and more, and laid the foundation for everything the M division would become. It wasn't just the first M3, it was a declaration that BMW knew how to build a driver's car.
Bleib ruhig, Matthias.
At number 5, we have the E46 M3. When the E36 M3 arrived, it marked a significant shift in the M3's identity. Where the E30 was raw and aggressive, the E36 was smoother, more refined, and more accessible as a daily driver. But don't let that fool you. It still had performance in its DNA. In Europe, it launched with a 3.0-liter inline-6, making 286 horsepower. Later bumped to 3.2 liters with 321 horses. Unfortunately, the US versions were slightly detuned to around 240 horsepower, using a different engine altogether to meet emissions and cost targets. Regardless, the E36 offered silky power delivery, exceptional balance, and responsive steering. For the first time, the M3 came in multiple body styles: coupe, sedan, and convertible, making it the most versatile M3 up to that point. It didn't scream motorsport the way the E30 did, but it quietly refined the M3 formula and made it more usable for the everyday enthusiast. Today, it's one of the most affordable ways to get into a classic M car, though clean examples are quickly appreciating. At number 4, we have the E46 M3. Ask most BMW enthusiasts what the best M3 is, and you'll probably hear 2 letters, E and 46. This generation struck a perfect balance between old-school driving purity and modern performance. Under the hood was the iconic S54 3.2-liter straight-six, delivering 333 horsepower and an intoxicating 8,000 RPM redline. The engine was a masterpiece, known for its responsiveness, reliability, and sound. The E46 M3 was beautifully proportioned, with wide fenders, an aluminum hood with that signature power bulge, and quad tailpipes at the back. It was the last M3 to truly feel analog, with minimal electronic interference and a chassis tuned for driver engagement. The 6-speed manual was the purist's choice, but BMW also offered the SMG 2-sequential gearbox, which was fast for the time, but less beloved today. And then there was the CSL, a track-focused, lightweight special with carbon fiber everything, no radio or AC, and sharper dynamics than anything else in the M3 lineup. The E46 M3 didn't just carry the torch, it raised the bar. At number 3, we have the V8-powered E92 M3. This was a turning point in M3 history, the only generation ever to feature a V8 engine, and boy, was it a good one. The 4.0-liter S65 naturally aspirated V8 revved to a screaming 8,400 RPM and made 414 horsepower. That engine alone made the E92 M3 feel like a German muscle car with the soul of a race car. While it was heavier than its predecessors, it brought a new level of speed and excitement. 0 to 60 miles per hour came in about 4.1 seconds, with the optional 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, or a bit slower with the 6-speed manual. The E92 M3 had a distinct design, wider arches, a carbon fiber roof, and its own front and rear styling separate from the base 3 Series coupe. It also came in sedan and convertible versions, but the coupe remained the halo. If you were lucky enough to get the GTS or CRT editions, you got even more power and track-focused upgrades. The E92 was the last M3 without forced induction, and the last to truly sing. In many ways, it was the end of the naturally aspirated era for BMW M. Number 2, we have the F80 M3. Turbocharging came to the M3 lineup with the F80, and the result was brutal speed, torque, and precision. The 3-liter twin-turbo inline-6, known as the S55, made 425 horsepower in standard form and 444 in the competition package. But the real story was the torque, 406 PM-ft, available almost immediately, making the F80 feel explosively fast in any gear. This was also the first time the M3 came solely as a 4-door sedan. The coupe variant became its own model, the M4. Despite the turbo transition, BMW managed to maintain the M3's dynamic character. It came with either a 6-speed manual or a lightning-quick 7-speed DCT, and it offered adjustable suspension, drive modes, and tons of electronic tuning options. Purists felt the car was becoming a bit too digital, but its performance numbers were hard to argue with. The F80 could be a comfortable commuter one moment and a track weapon the next. Plus, it introduced the CS model, lighter, faster, and sharper, reminding everyone that M still meant business. finally, at number 1 we have the G80 M3. The most polarizing M3 of all time, the G80 makes a bold statement. From its enormous vertical kidney grills to its muscular body lines, this car refuses to blend in. But behind the controversial looks is one of the most advanced and capable M3s ever built. It continues with the S58 3.0-liter twin-turbo inline-six, pumping out 473 horsepower in standard form with a 6-speed manual, a rare gem in 2020's performance cars. Step up to the competition trim and you get 503 horsepower with an 8-speed automatic. And for the first time in M3 history, you can have all-wheel drive with X-Drive, making this the fastest accelerating M3 ever, 0 to 60 in just over 3 seconds. The interior is packed with tech, a curved display, configurable M modes, carbon bucket seats, and premium materials. Despite its weight, the G80 handles incredibly well thanks to sophisticated suspension, brakes, and differential systems. And with the addition of limited-run models like the M3 CS, BMW has proven that performance and practicality can still coexist. It may not please every purist, but the G80 shows the M3 is evolving and still leading the charge.